It sure is easy to blame others for our problems. So, with that in mind, I blame my dad. He died 36 years ago, but I'm sure it's his fault somehow. Actually, he came home with a Mini when I was less than 10 years old, running and driving Mini, not pieces Mini like it's been for the last year or two here. That was a blast. Going for rides with him, around corners. Till then, Hot Rod Magazine, drag racing, that's where it was. Getting a little bitty car I'd never heard of before. Piper, you're getting footprints on the Miata. Come on, Piper. All right. Mini was great when it ran. Hi, Piper. Come on, off the car. Come on, off the car. Piper the shop cat. The car was clean, but not anymore. Anyway, the Mini, being British, broke a lot. I think I drove it 5 days my entire senior year of high school. But I had the engine out 6 times for engine or transmission troubles. It sat while I was at college. Got it going again after college. It broke. It sat for another 5 or 10 years. Got it going again. It broke. And it's in another sitting period. Then along came the Miata. Miata, you don't feel quite like you're riding a roller skate like you do in the Mini, but you have windows that go up and down, a top that goes down, a radio that's negative ground, not positive ground, air conditioning, power windows, wipers that work, and it starts every time you try it. The Miata's great. I've had this one for 5 years now. It's great. That's why the Mini's still in take apart mode. Because tell me I think about the Mini, jump in the Miata, Miata's good. Plus I'm waiting on parts for the Mini. Again, slow boat from England, waiting for parts. The trouble with the Miata though, is I live in Central Texas. When it's 100 degrees outside, and we have to go, say, 60 miles to see a doctor or the grocery store, just normal errands that we do several times a month. One, it's hard to put normal groceries in the trunk of a Miata because there's not much room there. You can get a loaf of bread or two. Actually, we've gotten 8-packs of the 16-ounce Gatorade bottles all in the trunk of this, and we still had room for a loaf of bread 2 weeks ago. Pretty good. But the trouble is, when it's 100 degrees outside, and your head is this far from canvas, it's 150 degrees, no matter how cold the AC is, you're still at 150 degrees in your head. It's hot. And the Miata is amazing below 70 miles an hour. I don't think there's a car out there that can just feel like you, I didn't think there was a car that could do that. So for long trips, and everything around here is 70 or 75 speed limit. There's an 85 speed limit road 25 miles from here. That's a bit much for the Miata. It can handle it mechanically. It's just you hear noise, vibration, and when someone passes you past somebody, every bit of wind, you're on the edge. So I retired last month. And this month, I bought a step up from the Miata. 2008 Porsche Cayman S. Manual. Piper, this is her first time on it. I've kept the door shut to keep her off of it. But I drove in the rain the other day, so it's all muddy. Porsche Cayman S. What could go wrong buying a used Porsche when you're on a fixed income? Nothing. Except there's going to be a video about me changing the battery. There's been some interior trim things and a few small things, but for the most part, this car is amazing. I call it the Beast. The Beast growls when you start it up, and the engine beam between the seat, your seat, and the rear tires, mid-engine, I've read and seen people talk, or read of people talking about these things and seen people talking videos and shows about how it feels like the car is rotating around your hip. I didn't understand. I thought, nothing's better than the Miata. Well, I understand now. This thing, it rotates around your hip. Turn in a turn, you are the center of the universe, and you control everything about it, especially with the 5-speed or the 6-speed transmission. The power steering, that doesn't really power steering much. It's very well proportioned. This thing is just a beast. So there's going to be some videos about it coming up. And I'm also going to sell the BMW. So if anybody wants an old, actually 3 BMWs. 3 E39 525s. One of them being a 5-speed. Lots of miles. I'll put an ad up on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist in a week or two. I got to clean them up. Anyway, the beast has been introduced.